Did you know gorillas can actually love to show happiness just like humans? You won't believe how emotional these gentle giants really are. Hey, I'm Sabah and welcome to Animal Gestation Facts. Today we are exploring 4 incredible secrets about gorillas, from their surprising emotions to their hidden behavior that will completely blow your mind. Stay tuned because these facts will change the way you see these amazing animals forever.
Deep in the mist-covered mountains of Central Africa, where ancient volcanoes tower above a sea of green, lies one of Earth's most powerful and emotionally complex creatures, the mountain gorilla. We share 98.3% of our DNA with these incredible animals, and yet most of us know almost nothing about the private lives they lead, their loves, rivalries, families, and tender moments hidden deep in the forest. Secret number 1. Gorillas can laugh like humans. When young gorillas play, they make a laughing-like sound to show joy. It's a reminder that these gentle giants experience happiness and emotions just like us. Secret number 2. Gorillas are tool users. Some have been seen using sticks to measure water depth, or branches to reach food. This shows they're incredibly intelligent problem solvers, something many people never expect. Secret number 3. Chest beating isn't always aggression. Gorillas beat their chests to communicate excitement, warn others, or even just playfully show dominance. Even young gorillas practice this, almost like humans practicing skills through play. Secret number 4. Every gorilla has a unique fingerprint, just like humans. Scientists use this to identify individuals in the wild, and it's a powerful reminder of how closely related we really are to these amazing animals. Before we can understand gorilla reproduction, we need to understand the world these animals live in, the troop. Mountain gorillas live in tightly knit, stable social groups. Not random herds, but real families with defined roles, long-term bonds, and a clear chain of authority. At the top sits the dominant silverback, a massive, mature male whose silver-gray back hair is not just a style choice. It's a badge of age, experience, and power. He can weigh up to 450 pounds, and his chest beat alone can be heard half a mile away. But he's not just a bodyguard or a tyrant. He's the glue that holds the group together. He makes decisions about where the troop travels, when they rest, and how they respond to threats, including rival males from outside. Around him live multiple females, typically 2 to 8, along with their young offspring of various ages. There may also be subordinate males, younger or lower ranking, who live in the troop but know their place. Think of it like a small, tight-knit village, and the silverback is both the mayor and the protector. In this world, everything, including reproduction, flows through him. Female mountain gorillas are not constantly fertile. Like humans, they follow a monthly hormonal cycle, lasting roughly 28 to 36 days. But within that cycle, there is a narrow window, just 3 to 5 days, when a female can actually conceive. During this fertile window, something remarkable happens. The female's body broadcasts her reproductive status to the entire troop through 2 channels, sight and smell. Visually, she develops what's called sexual swelling, subtle physical changes that signal to males she's ready. And chemically, her pheromones shift in ways the silverback can detect with extraordinary precision. He knows. He always knows. And this is where the behavior of the entire troop begins to change. The silverback becomes more attentive, more protective. He stays closer, grooms her more often, and positions himself between her and any subordinate males who might be getting ideas. It is a quiet, persistent kind of courtship, not dramatic, but deeply purposeful. When most people imagine gorilla behavior, they picture power, chest beats, charges, roaring displays that shake the trees. But what happens when a silverback falls into courtship mode? What happens when the most physically imposing primate on land shifts from protector to suitor? It's not what you'd expect. And honestly, it's one of the most quietly beautiful things in the animal kingdom. During the female's fertile window, the silverback becomes a different kind of presence. His aggression is dialed down. His attentiveness is dialed up. Every behavior is calibrated, not to dominate, but to connect. He begins grooming her, and not casually. This is careful, deliberate work, large fingers moving through her dark fur with a gentleness that seems almost impossible for a 400-pound animal. He removes debris, parts the hair in sections, works slowly down her back. In gorilla culture, grooming is the language of love. It says, "I see you. I'm here. You are safe with me. And she responds, not with dramatic signals, but with the most powerful message a gorilla can send. She stays. She doesn't drift to the far edge of the troop. She doesn't turn away. She remains close, within arm's reach of the silverback, accepting his presence, accepting his touch. In gorilla social dynamics, this is consent. This is choice. She is telling him, in the only language that matters here, that she is receptive. Researchers have observed females actively seeking out the silverback during their fertile period, approaching him, positioning themselves nearby, even nudging him gently to initiate grooming. The female is not a passive participant in this story. She is a decision maker. What's remarkable is the patience involved. The silverback doesn't rush. He doesn't assert dominance or force the interaction. He earns her comfort through consistency, through being reliably present, reliably gentle, reliably safe. Day after day, during her fertile window, this ritual repeats. Mating itself occurs multiple times over these fertile days. Unlike many animals, gorillas typically mate face-to-face, a ventroventral position that requires a level of mutual trust that is, in the animal kingdom, genuinely rare. You simply do not face-to-face mate with an animal you fear. It is an act that demands openness, vulnerability on both sides. And what happens after? More grooming, more proximity, quiet closeness in the forest undergrowth, side by side, the silverback occasionally glancing up to scan the trilene before returning his gaze and his attention to her. This is the part that scientists find most striking. The bonding doesn't stop when the biological moment passes. It continues. It deepens. For gorillas, reproduction is not a transaction. It is woven into a long-term social relationship built on months, sometimes years, of shared life within the troop. Strength, patience, tenderness, loyalty. The silverback's courtship isn't a performance. It's a commitment. And when the fertile window finally closes, that commitment doesn't disappear. It simply shifts into its next form, protection. Because somewhere in that forest, new life may already be beginning. Mountain gorilla pregnancy lasts approximately 8.5 months, roughly 257 to 270 days, remarkably close to the human gestation period of 40 weeks. As the weeks progress, the female's behavior begins to shift in subtle but observable ways. She becomes less active. She rests more. She withdraws slightly from the social bustle of the troop. Less play, less competitive interaction, more quiet moments in the understory. Her belly gradually swells, visible to researchers and other troop members alike. And the silverback, his behavior changes too. His protective instincts sharpen. He keeps closer watch on subordinate males. He positions himself between the female and the periphery of the group. He is not just protecting territory, he is protecting the future. Scientists believe gorillas have some recognition of pregnancy, though the exact cognitive depth of this awareness is still debated. What is certain is that the pregnant female is treated with increasing deference and care as her term progresses. The forest, for these 8.5 months, becomes a waiting room for new life. As birth approaches, the female enters a preparation phase that is instinctual, deliberate, and deeply practical. She begins to distance herself slightly from the core of the troop, not fully isolated, but creating a small buffer of space around herself. She needs quiet, she needs safety, and then she builds. Gorillas are expert nest builders. They do it every night for sleeping. But a birth nest is different. It's lower to the ground, more densely woven, more carefully chosen for shelter, softness, and concealment. She pulls in large leaves, bends flexible branches, creates a cradle of vegetation. It is simple by human standards, but in the context of the rainforest floor, it is perfectly engineered for what is about to happen. The silverback remains nearby, not hovering, but present, a quiet guardian at the threshold of birth. The moment of birth can come at any time of day, though researchers have noted it often occurs in the quieter morning or evening hours, when the forest is at its most still. The female gives birth on her side or seated, her body doing what millions of years of evolution have prepared it for. Labor is typically brief compared to humans, often a few hours, and the female manages it largely alone, though the silverback remains within proximity. And then the infant arrives, weighing between 4 and 5 kilograms, roughly 9 to 11 pounds. The newborn gorilla is covered in dark hair, eyes already open, tiny fingers already curling. Within moments, something extraordinary happens. The infant grabs hold of its mother. That grip, instinctive, powerful, is one of evolution's most elegant adaptations. A baby gorilla that cannot cling is a baby gorilla that will not survive. So nature made them born ready. The mother immediately begins cleaning the newborn, licking, holding, pulling it close to her chest. She will not put it down for weeks. And the silverback, he approaches, gently, carefully, and makes soft contact. Not aggressive, not curious in an intrusive way, just present, acknowledging, a quiet, unmistakable recognition of what has just happened. A new member of the troop has arrived. The days and weeks that follow birth mark the beginning of one of the most intensive periods of maternal investment in the animal kingdom. Nursing begins almost immediately and continues every 2 to 3 hours. The infant feeds frequently, small amounts, often, building strength, immunity, and bond. For the first several months, the infant never leaves its mother's body. She carries it pressed against her chest, then eventually on her back as it grows stronger. Her arm, her heartbeat, her warmth, these are the infant's entire world. Gradually, over the course of 2 to 3 years, independence is introduced. The infant begins making short forays away from its mother, always returning, always reassured. The troop, which has watched this new life with interest since birth, now becomes a playground. Older juveniles invited to play. Adult females groom it. Even the silverback, that imposing patriarch, tolerates the infant's clumsy approaches with a patience that is, frankly, remarkable. The troop does not just produce offspring. It raises them. Together, mountain gorillas are critically endangered. There are fewer than 1,100 left in the wild, clinging to survival in the Virunga Mountains and Bwindi impenetrable forest. But thanks to decades of conservation work, their numbers are slowly growing. And every birth, every tiny gorilla gripping its mother for the first time, is a reason for hope. We share this planet with extraordinary creatures. Creatures who fall in love, protect their families, mourn their dead, and welcome new life with the same tenderness that we do. The more we understand them, the more we understand ourselves.
If you found this video fascinating, please like and subscribe and share it with someone who needs to see the world through a gorilla's eyes. I'll see you in the wild.